The Moral people of the southern Philippines are known for their fierce resistance against colonization. For centuries. They defended their homeland from the Spanish, and when the Americans arrived, they faced one of their greatest challenges. The Moral are a determined and resilient people. Many sources have claimed that the soldiers who reported on the lackluster performance of the 38th eventually led to the development of the 45 ACP in 1915. The Sulu Sultanate was dissolved, but the Americans learned a harsh lesson about guerrilla warfare. Welcome to Moreland. The Moral homeland is a region of islands and mountains providing natural defenses that made it difficult for any foreign power to establish control. The Americans, much like the Spanish before them, encountered a landscape that resisted their conventional military tactics. This challenging terrain forced American forces to adapt, often relying on smaller, more mobile units to counter the guerrilla tactics employed by the Moral fighters. The Moral were not just defenders of their land, they were warriors is deeply rooted in the unique martial tradition. Of one of the most striking examples of this was the practice of Horado, where moral warriors would engage in suicidal attacks against their enemies. After taking an oath with a hand placed on the Quran, the warrior would perform a ceremonial bath. As part of this ritual, all body hair was shaved and the eyebrows were trimmed to resemble the crescent moon. On its early phase, a tight band was then fastened around the waist with additional boards securely tied around the genitals, ankles, knees, upper thighs, wrists, elbows, and shoulders. This binding restricted blood flow, ensuring that the warrior would not lose too much blood from wounds before reaching their target. One of the greatest challenges the Americans faced was the decentralized nature of moral leadership. Unlike in other parts of the Philippines, where a single leader might surrender and end the conflict, Moros were organized into various sultanates and datu or chieftainly communities. This structure meant that even after major battles, resistance would continue in other areas requiring sustained military efforts. General John J. Pershing and other American commanders adopted by forming alliances with some moral leaders while isolating others. Warriors who joined with the Americans were enrolled in the constabulary, becoming a mix of local law enforcement and National Guard. The strategy of divide and conquer worked to some extent, but it was a slow and resource intensive process since trust needed to be built from the ground up with each new area, and it's one of the first comprehensive hearts and minds type of campaign that America would continue to employ and refine. But one event also highlighted that the public relations and morality were being pushed in ways past wars could not compare to a key event during the Moral Rebel took place on the island of Holo in the southern Philippines from March 5th to 8th in the 1906. Seeking to escape American colonial control, the Moral people fortified themselves at the top at dormant volcano named Budo. Approximately 1,000 villagers, mostly women and children, made their stand at the summit, preparing to resist the approaching U.S. forces under the leadership of General Leonard Wood. The U.S. military launched a decisive attack on the Moral stronghold. The battle was marked by severe fighting with American troops employing heavy artillery and small arms to overcome the Moral defense. Despite being vastly outgunned, the Moral defenders fought valiantly against the American forces. The battle ended in a massacre with nearly all of the Moral defenders killed. Out of the approximately 1,000 individuals who had sought refuge, only six survived the aftermath of the battle. Sparked significant controversy and condemnation both within the United States and internationally, as many of the casualties were civilians taking shelter. Critics denounced the American actions as excessive in what ways as it in a battle. It has no resemblance to a battle. We cleaned up for days 4 days' work and made it complete by butchering these helpless people. It was a horrifying study on how a resistance can be completely crushed. In the end, the Americans succeeded in cooperating the Moral territories in the Philippine Islands. The establishment of the Moral province marked the region's gradual integration into the broader colonial administration. The complex political dynamics we see today were just as intricate during the time under American rule. The moral slave trade was abolished, and privacy around the Sulu was effectively suppressed. However, the lesson learned from quelling a guerrilla war came at a significant cost and bloodshed, and engraved a continued heavy generational distrust in American politics and policy, and every major power today has actually learned from this conflict. Divide and conquer total. War, proxy conflict, economic incentives, and modernization were all strategies employed during the Moral Rebellion to fracture resistance. Much like the technology of the past, these tactics have been refined and perfected over time, are thou subtle, often appearing disconnected from one another. These lessons learned through bloodshed have been modernized, becoming an ongoing exercise in refinement. Become the moral land. We are on patrol with the largest Muslim rebel group in Minana Damoro, Islamic Liberation Front, or MF. For decades, they fought for independence since self-proclaimed Islamic State burst on the scene in 2017. Welcome to Moroland.